Let's do it. I mean, we're normally returning it, but we're so late in the game that maybe let's just go for it. They're totally tapped out. Let's pay our life after we tapped our lands, of course. Wolf comes out. We take out Yorion with it. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch the channel and help support. Today we'll be playing with Jund Food. We have a 75% win rate within Mythic. Some amazing matches for you guys today. Tearing it up. And we've got Beledros Witherbloom in-house as our Elder Dragon, playing with Velomachus recently, having massive success with it, and the community as a whole really enjoyed it. So, you guys are going to like this just as much, if not more, because this deck is right on the edge of being competitive. It reminds me a lot of what Jund Food used to be. In today's video, we're going to break down the deck, talk about the strategies, the synergies incorporated within the list, then we'll roll into the gameplay footage, breaking down our playlines and interactions so you get a good idea whether or not this deck is right for you and your wildcard collection, of course. Wrapping up with my deck review and final thoughts. Again, I thank you all for helping support the channel. Like button down below. Also check out our link tree for all of the Patreon contests and giveaways, community Discord, stuff like this, right? So cheers, have a magical day, enjoy the video. Now let's get into it. 60 cards, best of one, breaking Beledros. 3.9 average mana with 14 non-creatures and 22 creatures. It is primarily a Witherbloom deck with some red splashed in. We've got Kardur's Vicious Return and Ox of Agonas splashed in within those red sources that fit quite nicely within the deck. I mentioned that we're breaking Beledros, right? This is a 7 CMC 4/4. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token that has, when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. We can also pay 10 life to untap all lands we control, activating this only once per turn. The great thing here is it doesn't require a tap, so we can utilize it as soon as it enters play. Furthermore, we can reduce its mana from 7 down to a potential 4, and we do have to wait a few more turns, but it is still really good to be doing this. Kardur's Vicious Return is what Beledros is comboed with, and the deck is built around. You may sacrifice a creature. When you do, Kardur's Vicious Return deals 3 damage to any target. Great. Each player discards a card. This will give you the opportunity to discard some of your more powerful cards. And of course, finally, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gains haste until your next turn. So we're talking about a 6/6 with haste, in which it creates a pest on each upkeep, and we can pay 10 life each turn to untap all of our lands. So that's pretty wacky, and it is an impressive combo. We build around, that high end with the food, right? We've got Gilded Goose, 0/2 with flying. When it enters play, create a food token. We can pay 2, tapping the goose to create a food token. We can also tap the goose, sacrifice a food to add 1 mana of any color. So it's a really important card for the deck. 3 copies of Witch's Oven, an artifact for 1. We can tap it to sacrifice a creature we control. If the sacrificed creature's power will be 4 or greater, we're going to make 2 food tokens instead of the 1 in which we would typically make. 4 copies of Trail of Crumbs, an enchantment for 2. When it enters play, create a food token, and whenever you sacrifice a food, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library, reveal a permanent card from among them, put it into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So taking advantage of that food now for a draw engine. So not only will it allow us to ramp, but it will allow us to draw. Moving forward, we have removal via Wicked Wolf for 4 mana. 3/3, when it enters play, it finds up to 1 target creature you don't control. We can sacrifice a food to put a +1/+1 counter on the wolf and give it indestructible until the end of turn while tapping it. This makes it great for removing creatures in play with all of your food, and of course, it gets quite out of control as you can just sink that food into it. Speaking of food, we have 4 copies of the Feasting Troll King, 7/6 with Vigilance and Trample. When Feasting Troll King enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, create 3 food tokens. We can sacrifice 3 food tokens to return the Troll King from the graveyard to the battlefield, activating it only on our turn, which is absolutely incredible. So, you know, that's all of the food within the deck. The food will allow us to gain life, which will allow us to pay life with Beledros. It will also allow us to ramp and draw, which is really, really cool. Moving forward, we have 2 copies of Burning-Rune Demon, a 6/6 with flying, and when it enters the battlefield, we may search our library for exactly 2 cards not named Burning-Rune Demon with different names. We reveal them, our opponent chooses one, and one will go into our graveyard and the other into our hand, then shuffle. You know, this is absolutely amazing because you can pull a Beledros Witherbloom and you can pull a Great Henge, and they either have to send your dragon to the graveyard, give you the Henge, or they give you the dragon and you can send it to the graveyard yourself with Kardur's return. Of course, you all know the Great Henge. 9 CMC, X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among other creatures that we control. We can reduce this by 7 with things like the Feasting Troll King for 2 mana. Now we're casting it for. It taps to add 2 mana, giving us 2 life as well. And whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under our control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. You know, really groovy here through the draw engine off the creatures, as most of our deck is creature-based. Moving away from the Great Henge, we have other creatures like 2 copies of Ox of Agonas, a 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. We can replay it from the grave via the escape for 2 mana and exiling 8 other cards from our graveyard. Ox of Agonas will enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. The Ox is great because we can toss our creatures that we don't want into the grave, and hopefully we can draw a Kardur's return with that ability, which is quite nice. Similar to the Ox of Agonas, we have Polukranos Unchained, a 0/0. It will enter the battlefield with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. If it escapes, it will enter with 12 +1/+1 counters on it instead. If damage would be dealt to Polukranos while it has +1/+1 counters, prevent that damage and remove that many counters from it. We can pay 3 to have it fight another target creature, and we can escape it from the grave, much like we would the Ox, for 6 mana plus 6 cards exiled from our graveyard. We have 2 copies of Callous Bloodmage. This is our last creature, and actually a new card within the deck. A 2/1, and when it enters the battlefield, we get to choose one. Create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token that has, when this creature dies, you gain 1 life, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Target player exiles their graveyard, or you exile target player's graveyard, I should say. So, you know, this really does it all for us. It's a creature that can make a secondary creature, which is great. So that's going to slow down the aggro. We can draw with it. We can do some graveyard control with it as well. We've got the pathways in for land consistency and the basics here as well. So that's the entire deck, you guys. That's all that is included here. Oh, I guess Baleful Mastery. 2 copies of this in deck. Another new card, instant speed for 4. Exile target creature or planeswalker. We can cast it for 2, but then our opponent gets to draw a card via the Student Fee. So, you know, that's it. Again, the main objective here is to get Beledros into the grave with Kardur's return. Then it comes back with haste, and you can do all sorts of stuff, right? You can dump your mana into the food, drawing cards with Trail of Crumbs. You can dump it into Polukranos for the fight effect, which is really, really nice, and things like this. So I hope you guys enjoy the deck. It's working out incredibly well for me, and I'm really enjoying this Beledros Witherbloom. The fact that you can gain so much life with the food and then just sink it into untapping your lands to play more creatures, to get more draws, more fight effects. This is really, really fun. So I know you guys are going to enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are giving away a standard playset for someone, a D&D rare playset. Someone's going to get given away to them, so don't miss out on that. Jump in on our contest giveaways available in the Discord via the link tree. You can also support by becoming a patron, etc. I thank you again for your time and attention. Enjoy the gameplay footage. Don't forget to wrap up or watch to the end for the wrap up, in which we will review the deck with our final thoughts. Take care. All right, so we do go first, and it looks like a fairly nice setup. Henge is a 1-of. Typically, we pull this with Burning-Rune. But other than that, you know, there's a turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Trail, potentially turn 3 Wolf if we want it, but we might want to save that food skis for later. I don't know. We'll see. Let's start it up. We're running a different version of this earlier today, and had some bad luck with it, so we tuned it up, and I think this version is going to be more competitive. We had some mill, You know, I had Throne of Death in here. We had Mire Train in here, but it was kind of clashing, and you know, you can only mill so many of your Kardur's return before you freak out and change it. So that's what we did, and I just restarted today's whole process pretty much, which is fine. Let's go with another green source here. We can pass our turn and make a food token. There's nothing for us to wolf out, so I'm not entirely sure that we need it, nor can we cast a turn 4 Henge off of it. Well, the Spellbinder is a card for sure, right? I think they'll probably take the Henge, but they may take the Wolf. The Troll King is a fair card as well, right? If you can make those expensive things even more expensive, sometimes it's better than taxing the cheaper things. In my opinion, it's really hard to say. I mean, it is obvious to our opponent we're playing Jund Food. They see, you know, the mountain in hand as well. So Wolf is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 5. Next turn is 6. Again, let's pass our turn. Take 3 damage, but probably eating a food here just for the draw. All right, we do potentially have Baleful Mastery if we wanted it. Not entirely sure that we want to give them a draw, but yeah, let's just eat the food, take the draw. Of course, with 1 mana, we're not going to be able to cast it. And we are getting closer to Troll Town, which is great. Also, when Troll enters play, we get the 3 additional food. Troll reduces Henge down to 2. Oh my gosh. So there's probably just counter magic here, I'd assume. We don't have the mana to pay for the draw. We do have the organic land next turn. It could be as little as Walrus Disruption. I'm sure they have counter magic here. They knew it was coming, right? Okay, ETB triggers. No haste unless via Kardur's Vicious Return, which is nice. It's like an 8/7 trample, vigilance, haste at that point. All right, we'll see Foretell here, or they just bounce the Troll King, right? Petty Theft. So we do get a lot of food generation from that now. Again, getting hit for 3, but that's okay. We have 7 available land next turn. Oh, this sucks. Dragon Town. Okay. That's a thing. Alright, let's play the wolf. Eat the dragon. We don't have mana for the draw via trail. Or we could, actually. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Bingo, bango, bongo. We can't afford these other ones, unfortunately. And then hopefully we do remove that dragon as well. They could have another petty theft and just bounce the wolf here for all I know. No, okay, we trade. That is all right. Lots of power in hand. We could play the return to take out the Spellbinder. Losing the Goose isn't really what I want, though. They have 7 available mana, which is a lot. 4 cards in hand that we don't see. What you doing over there, brah? You know, they're casting some spells here. Bone Crusher to the Dome. Oh my gosh. Now that is frightening. And then it gets played. They still have 2 available mana. Hit for 3. So that's 7, 8 available mana, which would get us, unless they have a counterspell here. Oh no, we don't have it because it's 4 green, 1, 2, 3, 4, which we have, but then the henge would be a double green, which we don't have. So what if we make a food token that is black, right? Submit 1. We don't draw, right? We need all 8 mana. Decline. Vicious Return. We sack the Goose, kill the Giant. Avoid the 2 damage from the Giant's ability. Easy. We hit for 4. We hold up removal. Not great, but we're holding on. Right, we're doing our best. We will discard a Troll King, I guess. Going to blockers. And I guess we'll pull a counter spell. 3 cards in hand. No, we get it. Okay. Avoiding the damage. They pass their turn. Worst case scenario, they've got more Bone Crusher Giants. So there is also the play line in which we discard a troll, play a troll, play a troll. Right? But then we're not pulling anything next turn with haste unless they nuke one of our trolls. We're waiting on them. You know, they see our entire hand other than the Goose, so... Oh. Okay. That sucks. We do lose this mana, and they do kill the wolf. Plus, they get a 4/4 and draw 2 cards. So we definitely discard a troll, because we're not playing that. We got to keep our mana. That's incredible. Troll King out. Treasures go. Troll King out. Sack treasures. We get to draw 1 card. We've got 1 open mana. 2 open mana. Next turn we pull the wolf. They have 4 cards in hand, plus a flyer. Flyer's most annoying, oddly enough. And all other hidden cards. Looking for Beledros. It's kind of hard to get started without him. I'm going to be honest. Hopefully we can Henge, Goose, you know, gain that life, get that draw going. Oh no. You dog. So there's no attacks though. This turn they hit for 2. They have 8 mana. You know, they could have more Magma Opus. They could have more All-Around Epiphany. All of which would really hurt our self-esteem here. Right, an All-Around Epiphany and then a Magma Opus on the following turn. Stop it! The shield. And then the dragon. Oh my gosh, more flying. Which we cannot kill. We're getting hit for a lot of flying damage. It's annoying and I hate it. We also have the oven in the deck that refused to show itself. Oh, I guess. We go down to 7. Henge out. We go up to 8, which I guess we survive, like the dragon attack. Let's get some nice draws going on. The Unchained is not terrible. And we hold a fair amount of damage here, right? 14 gets mitigated down to 12, but, you know, those are big booties. It doesn't require a block, but, you know, if they can't finish us next turn, then, woohoo, uh-oh. All right. We will have to deal 5 to it, though, remember, right? Because it prevents 1 of the damage through the shield. And that's the whole reason it's giving us this choice. So remember to up-click here by 1, just so you do get the kill on it. And our turn, we've got a big defensive wall. They hit for 4. Beledros, I could use your help. We have the Callous Bloodmage in deck as well. It seems to work quite nicely. You know, all it takes is them to have an all-round epiphany to win the game, right? We're not out scot-free yet. It could be very, very bad. You know, they could also have another Magma Opus for the win. So we're really going to have to pray for the best. Okay, they did not send in the stomp, right? They did not hit us in the chomps with the stomps, which is confusing to me, but I will accept that. If they attack, we have lethal. They hit for 3. Do they have a cleave? No. I mean, technically, they could have, but... Our turn? No way. Whoa, bro. Settle down. They must have some interaction. But before they bounce the henge or anything, let me just pile in. That's a ton of food for us. Oh, and we finally get the oven. Okay, nice. Still no Beledros, but he's here. And what's really cool is, you get all the life through the food, and you can spend all that extra mana again through the draw, through the fight effects. So that is just like a ton of damage. I do not know how they get out of this. They could have discontinuity, right? Just to end the turn immediately, I guess, maybe? I think that costs 6, and they've got 6 mana open. I think that's just lethal. They must have a bounce effect. And even then... we could have ovened it and then pulled it right back. So we're doing 4, 7. I don't care if the giant survives. It's too bad I can't do less than 3. Right? We'll just send it all in to our opponent for lethal. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can find Beledros, though. This isn't enough. It's, just the same old food that you already know. But wait until you see the dragon, you guys. You're going to like it. Alright, so there's no green in hand, and it's way too expensive, so we have to mulligan. Keep 6, toss the troll. We're into Trail. We have the Vicious Return, but man, why is the land not hitting? Okay, Boros aggro. We definitely need to land off the top. I also thought Trail of Crumbs was the goose. Whoops. Rimrock Knight, okay. No land. Oh my gosh. So it wouldn't have mattered, if I played the goose first over the trail. We still didn't draw a land. Our opponent's on 3. Yeah, it's pretty clear to me that we're going to get hit with a Winota. We could hold up Mastery. Okay. They take the oven. They hit for 5. Land goes out. Kill the Skyclave. We get the 1/1 to defend against the Rimrock Knight. The Wolf kills the Usher. But hey, there's probably a Winota here. And they draw double strike. Right? 2 extra copies of Blade Warrior, or Blade Historian, I guess is its name. Such a good card. I love it. Oh, they just organically play it. Nice. Okay, cool. Whoa, straight to our turn, though. No land, hey? What a bummer. Let's pass our turn. We have that Mastery up. I think it's important to use. Right, like if they attack with confidence, I mean, it kind of depends where this goes. It kind of sucks because now the 1/1 doesn't trade with it well. But the wolf still hits that. Okay, good, 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 good. They go for it. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? If they don't, we still act. If they don't, we still act. Okay, I'm fine with that. Oh, wow. It's too bad we can't sacrifice the goose. Oh, wait, it's because they took our oven. So this is still quite a threat. Where is my land? Nice. 3 lands is enough for HGG. He's a pro, right? He doesn't need 4 lands to play a 19 average mana value deck. That's what it feels like. And they're just like not attacking, and I'm not drawing lands. This is the worst match of my life. I apologize, you guys. An elite spellbinder. You know, there goes our 4-drop. Not like there's anything in the grave for us to take, though. Maybe they'll take the Great Henge. That's a threat. How much does it cost to draw a 4th land? I'm willing to barter. I will pay. What's market value on one of these bad boys? Oh, yeah. Sure. We do get the draw. It better be a frickin' land, Randy. Okay, we need it to be a green source, I think. So they make the human, sure. We get hit for 3, down to 10. We're getting hit for 5 next turn at a minimum. And of course, we have nothing to do. We bricked and then we got taxed. You just can't win them all. You can try, and we will. But by golly. Okay, so I'll trade with that 4/3. Not. Oof. But if they have a stomp, they just win, and they demonstrated that they do, because, you know, there's obviously one in their grave. Down to 4, lethal next turn. Let's see what we pull. I guess no matter what it is, it doesn't matter. Good game. The Curse of the Brickage. 69. That's not quite rank 69, but it's pretty close. I do what I can. What can I say? Alright, well. We've got 2 copies of Beledros. It's not what we want at all. I mean, maybe we get some pretty cool top decks going on. Because we need to discard these with Kardur's Return. Let us pray. Heck, let us pray on that 4th land as well. We need more land. It's so easy sometimes, and other times it's just like a hard no to you, sir. Let's pass our turn. We leave the food open for the wolf. Here comes an elite spellbinder to take the wicked wolf away from us. But it's okay, we've got Polukranos. Luris, now that is a good chomp chomp. Dog eats cat, baby. Woof woof. Very groovy. We don't get the draw, unfortunately, but taking care of Luris, you just can't complain about that. Oh, they take our woofers. You jerk. You jerk. That's alright. I understand. Ooh, into speaker next. I still take the speaker, even though the Skyclave would give us a draw, just in case they have a maul of the Skyclaves, and I don't want a flying Vigilance first strike going around. Well, that's unfortunate. They've got lots of those, I see. Oh, that's pretty good for them, too. Fear not. The Ox is here. Let's get Polukranos in play first. You know, third Skyclave apparition coming at us. I don't even doubt it. Not quite. It still has devotion, though. Oh, no way. That's really good for them. If we can draw a 6 land, we might get up to some tricks here, but it's going to be unlikely. Right? We'd have to double chomp a Skyclave. No. I want to attack. Oh, no, they've got indestructible. What am I doing? I'm just losing tokens off it for no reason. That's the biggest misplay of my life. Maybe they think I'm up to something, though. Let's highlight a card in our hand. I totally forgot that it had indestructible. This is my bad. Have you ever forfeit the match? Okay. We can't unless they use something. Like, it might just go through. Yeah, it does. Shoot. I was hoping they'd do something and we could engage. We should have kept it as a defender. Very bad play. Y'all don't make mistakes? What is indestructible? This is better. You know, I'm not sure at what point the recording went dead. I ran out of space on my computer, but we're still here. We're still here, you guys. Oh, whoops! So this is really hard for us to kill. But we can do is just make the chump blocker. And we need 2 colors to defend against it because of the protection that can be provided. And we also need to make sure that their devotion stays down, which it's not. So we chump block Heliod, and we trade with the Skyclave. Daxo sacks itself, Heliod goes away. Or, sorry, Alset sacks itself. No, they're just going for it. We block with the Pest. That protection's good for them. But it sacking itself is still good for us, right? Like, If we can get Beledros in making pests, this will be good. We won't be attacking, so the sack for protection's useless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe they still have devotion, which is hard for us. We will also be forced to discard our Burning-Rune Demon. Yikes. Pretty terrible on our own part there with Polukranos. Right, we could have picked off their devotion pretty easily with him. I don't know if you guys seen that part, but we made an oopsie daisy. I'm going to take the 5. Okay. This works nicely. Burning-Rune Demon goes. We pass our turn. Luminarch Aspirant is real good. One, 2, 3, 4. Devotion goes down below 5. Heliod isn't in play for the attack. If they attack with Daxos, the devotion drop will allow us to trade, or not even trade, kill Daxos. Come on, attack with Daxos too. They don't. Okay. So we're surviving. We are surviving. Somehow. Some way. We get our 4/4. Heliod's gone. Beledros, I choose you. I choose you, Beledros. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what I also choose? The Unchained himself. Probably everything but the... Well, I guess everything but the Burning-Rune, because we're not going to get that Ox again. But we could get the Burning-Rune out, and that's good. Am I doing it? I don't want to hit with the flyer in case they get some shenanigans there. I'll just send 1 4/4 in. Just playing it safe. We've come too far to turn back now. Now we just need some food to get our life up, and then we can activate our ability. We haven't seen our oven, or did they discard or exile our oven? No, we've not seen our oven. Oh! Now that is a good turn of tide for them. Wow. We need to fight with Polukranos, that Luminous Broodmoth, as soon as possible. We'll chump block Heliod with the 1/1. Right? No problem there. Taking 3 damage. Right, we're gonna let these attacks go through, I believe. Oh no, we've got the Witherbloom. Hmm. I mean, I get it. They come back. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have blocked because it makes the Broodmoth so big. I mean, it's not a 12-12 though. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest for a second. It's not a 12-12. Oh, really? Chomp, chomp! Oh my gosh. We're coming full circle. We're coming full circle. Can it attack this turn? Yeah. So we hit for just a ton of damage, right? So much damage. And then we chomp chomp. Nice. And then we get another pest to defend. Now, if only we had our oven out and some food to get the draw engine going, that would be cool. We did it. Even with a little misplay, we did it. Where's my hearts? Oh, they're there. Pew pew! Nice. Very nice. Okay. That was a long match, too. Sorry about the lapse in footage there. My hard drive filled up. But, win's a win's a win. I love the deck so much. I got to do another match. We're going first. Hand doesn't look good. I might add more land to it. Why is it every draw hand has 2 lands? Like, where's 3? Where's 4? I mean, I like this. If we can ramp to 4, that's great news. Ooh, that's good news too. Interesting. No counter magic. Decline. Not interested in it. End turn. No attacks. I mean, maybe if they had something in play that was threatening us, sure, but just to hit their health points and lose your gooses. Silly, yo! Cultivate. Oh my god, it's the ultimatum deck. They toss a land. I think I draw a card here. Nice. Oven in play. Pass our turn. And against any other deck, it'd be like, oh, we are getting set up here today. But I'm pretty sure I know what awaits us. Yorion Cultivate. I mean, there's some odd-looking lands in here. I'll give them that. But they probably have land fixing. You know, World Tree comes to mind. Willowhaven is another option. Still 4 mana up, 4 in hand. Draconic Intervention. You dog. We lose the geese. We lost the geese! But you know who we gained? A Feasting Troll King. 8/7 Vigilance to Trample. I'm coming over. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And if they target it, we sack it with the oven. right? And then we just replay it. What else do we have in grave? Nothing yet for the second return. They're sitting on 6 mana. They can play 7th. They're going to do the binding. Let's sack that big fatty. That's worth 2 food. It's too bad we don't have the mana. Gosh dang, that'd be cool. We will after this because it's a triple draw. Giving us some value. Ox is good. Land is decent. We need another forest here. Well, mage is alright too. Again, oven's still up to sack it for worst case. They grab a land here. Uno forest. Cliffs in play. What you doing, Willis? What you doing over there? I mean, it's not like we have lethal or anything. Alright, we've got to sack it again. Hopefully we draw our 3rd forest off the top. Negative, but you know what we can do with that. One, two, that'll give us 5. Decline, decline, Troll King out, land in play, Henge goes out on top of it. Oh my gosh. Why are you doing this to us? Right? At this point, I think they probably have field wipes, but we should play the return after because then we can sack the pest potentially. Let's take the draw. The pest is better against the defensive posture, and we're looking to be aggressive, I think. So that is gone, right? 4 cards in hand plus Yorion after the draw. Or they already drew. We knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time until it got here. Huh. So how are we going to push through this? I mean, we have plenty of value. Let's see what they pick first before we even talk about it. We have 6 available mana. If we had 7, we... Oh, no, we couldn't because with Vorinclex in play, Polukranos doesn't do what we want it to. Oven is still up. I don't mind the double turn. I don't think. I think the double turn would be fine. Double turn and a Planeswalker, I guess. We'll toss Vorinclex. Or we let them have Vorinclex and a double turn. We toss the Planeswalker. Alrund's Epiphany is good. Tybalt is good too, right? But we'll see. If Tybalt tries to minus, we have the oven.
I can work with that.
We could have given them the octopus, I guess. It would be better if they had that, you know, if we had Beledros in play for the continual pest blocker. I'm just thinking that we might run out eventually. And then they're going to try to take something, probably the Great Henge, and we can't oven the Great Henge when they take it from us. So we'll see here. They take a Troll King and a Binding. Wow, that hurts my feelings. Why you gotta be like that, bruh? You see, they're so used just to playing Cultivate and Emergent Ultimatum that as soon as there's a tough decision for them to make, it's just like, oh, hit the brakes, let's slow it down. And I get it. It goes from like being the easiest deck to play to being like one of the more complex ones. Right? Especially if your opponent's not into conceding. They're going to kill the Henge, you know, with Binding. That makes sense to me. You know, that takes them down to 4 available mana. No, never mind. 5 available. One of those is wolfed. Oh, so I didn't think of Binding. I was worried about the, you know, Sea God taking the Henge. I'm going to sack Troll King right now, just for the food. Because Tybalt wants to exile it. I don't know if that oops was for me or for them. So we get the food. They take the oven. I'm glad they didn't take the Henge, I guess. But they can easily just bounce it with Yorion, right? Tybalt goes way up. Tybalt's at 9. They can -8. Just start free casting. Ah! Right? So I think the oops must have been for us because that's the only thing of ours that would have killed Tybalt. But if we didn't, then Tybalt was free to minus on it, and we couldn't do anything about it, right? So it's kind of one of those things that's kind of weird. Anticipate is fine. We want Polukranos out before Vorinclex makes its debut. Actually, cancel. Let's do that last, maybe. Well, there's nothing really good to take with return. I mean, it makes sense. I'll take 1. With only 6 mana, I guess it's best for us to spend it all. Or I guess we had Henge mana. Yeah. I mean, maybe we just, like, apply so much trample pressure that they can't deal with it. Again, I don't know where Beledros is. This would be the perfect match for him. You know what I mean? To come back from the grave. We have plenty of life. We have food. We have life gain engines in play. But no dragon. No dragon. They really want to -8 Tybalt, I think. Okay. -3 on the Troll King.
You missed that.
Which gives them 2 of our Troll Kings. Sag. They play Yorion, bounce Binding, kill the other Troll King. Which is better than them killing the Henge, let's be honest. They come in at the end step, and doesn't Tibble enter with like 5 loyalty? So it was at 6. I'm not sure why they bounced that. Double Vision is the most jank thing I've ever seen in a Yorion deck. Pretty nervous about that. And Valky comes in as a creature now. Whoa. So that's an oops for them. But maybe a good play. Little did they know we have a handful of good creatures. Right? Little did they know. I mean, Wicked Wolf, Ox, Polukranos, they're all really good options. So we're going to kill Yorion. That's our first order of business. Let's do it. I mean, we're normally returning it, but we're so late in the game that maybe let's just go for it. They're totally tapped out. Let's pay our life. After we tapped our lands, of course. Wolf comes out. We take out Yorion with it. We eat a food. We can take the draw. Well, no, decline. We've got enough for now. Let's save the food. We might need it. We get Yorion. Polukranos goes out. It goes up. And we have the fight. So we pass our turn. And we do it on theirs. Beledros doing his thing. Beating up Sultai Ultimatum decks. Oh my gosh. Maybe. We're going to have to see. Our opponent still has a couple turns here. That was a good turn for us, but we're not out of the woods yet. It's probably time to play a Vicious Return, just in case they do nuke Witherbloom. Being able to pay that 10 life last turn is really nice. If they pay 5 mana with Valky, we just go like this. Chomp that out of existence. And they've just sunk 5 mana into that. Looking good, feeling good. We're at 13 still, so that shouldn't be a problem. Right, we block one of them. Down to 12. They have Allrun's Epiphany with double vision. Whoa. Did they kick it? I think they did. Nice. Very ouchies. We've still got some big boys in play though, right? We attack. Return goes out. We'll sack the Unchained. Deal 3 damage right to our opponent. We'll play the lands. Doesn't matter, I guess. And we can probably get a Troll King out there, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The food is what's really good here, the life gain, right? And then we can take a single draw here. Through Trail of Crumbs. Let's get a Goose. Canadian Geese in the house. Oh, we have to discard a land, I guess. And that's going to be a good game. I didn't think we were going to make it out of that. I'm not even going to lie. As soon as I see Sultai decks, it's just like, ugh, how in the world do I survive? But we did a good job of it for the most part, and our opponent might have slipped up a little bit. So they discard. Just a land, who cares? And everybody attacks. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Ha! What's fast as lightning? A 75% banger rate, you guys. This deck is so cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. Beledros is just what it needed. It's feeling very fine. All right. So a couple silly plays. Just, you know, it's late. I watched the, hearing on GameStop today. Learned almost nothing. Learned a little bit, but 4 hours of my life gone. So we're making this. It is 5 o'clock and the video comes out at 6. So I still have to render and upload. So we're last minute today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really like the deck. I think it is a strict improvement off the last version that we had with Beledros, and it really helps tie it together. So we're going to continue to balance and work with the deck, but this is very, very close to the final version. 24 lands, even though it feels like 22, so I can't solve that problem. And of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What cards would you add? What cards would you take out? And all of this jazz. Thanks for your support. Have a magical day. Check out the link tree, and we'll see you soon in the next. Watch more videos to help support the channel too, right? If everybody watches double the videos, I get double the views. All right, guys, we'll see you soon.